Imagine a life where the peace within your soul remains unshaken by any storm of life. A state where you stay as serene as a calm lake, even when surrounded by the whirlwinds of insults, challenges, or chaotic turmoil. How powerful that would be. Today, we will delve into 10 core Buddhist principles, teachings passed down by the Buddha to help each of us become as steady as a mountain, unmovable by the currents of life. As the Buddha once reminded us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This is a guiding light for us to realize that true serenity can only be achieved by turning inward and cultivating a sanctuary of tranquility within ourselves. Now, let's explore the path to achieving this steadfast and tranquil state of mind, where life's troubles are but fleeting clouds that never truly disturb the stillness of your soul. But before we dive into the first, incredibly important principle, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any valuable teachings or meaningful insights on Buddhism. Together, let's plant the seeds of wisdom and compassion in our lives each day. Also, feel free to leave a comment saying, "I want to find peace within my own soul," to affirm that true strength and happiness are always present inside you, enabling you to stay resilient in the face of any storm and shine brightly amidst life's changes. The first principle is about dealing with insults and emotional wounds. In Buddhism, we learn that words of insult only have power over us if we give them that power. Imagine someone throwing a stone into a lake. The surface may ripple momentarily, but it will eventually return to a state of calm. Similarly, when someone says something hurtful, it may momentarily disturb our mind, but we have the choice to let go and return to a peaceful state. As the Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This means that when we cling to anger, it is we who suffer, not the person who hurt us. Their words often reflect their own inner turmoil rather than anything about us. Understanding that every negative word or action from others is merely a mirror of their own unresolved pain and inner struggles allows us to approach them with compassion and empathy, rather than letting those waves of emotion overwhelm or unsettle our minds. Their negativity is not an attack directed at us, but rather a sign that they are grappling with their own unhealed wound. With this understanding, we become like an observer, standing apart from the storm, untouched by the waves of ignorance that could otherwise sweep us away. This approach allows us to maintain inner peace, just like a crystal-clear lake gradually returning to its calm state after the small ripples fade away, leaving no trace behind. Instead of reacting with resentment or sorrow, let compassion be a raft that carries you over the turbulent waves, helping you to see that all anger and negativity are merely passing clouds in the clear sky of your mind. True peace comes when we realize that nothing can disturb the solid foundation of our inner self unless we allow it. With this understanding, we learn not only to preserve our own serenity, but also to radiate this stillness to those around us. Principle number 2 is to turn everyone into your teacher. Buddhism encourages us to see every person we encounter as a teacher. This means that everyone we meet, whether they bring joy or challenges, has something valuable to teach us. As the Buddha taught, when you take care of yourself, you are taking care of others. When you take care of others, you are taking care of yourself. By adopting this perspective, we can transform even negative experiences into opportunities for growth. When someone treats us poorly or says hurtful words, instead of harboring resentment or viewing ourselves as the victim, we can choose to transform those emotions into patience and compassion. By understanding that such actions are not aimed at us personally, but are manifestations of their own hidden suffering, we can see them as invisible teachers, helping us cultivate greater patience and tolerance. Consider them as valuable life lessons, for it is through these challenges that we have the opportunity to reflect, expand our consciousness, and develop calmness and compassion. When we view conflicts and misunderstandings in relationships as opportunities for growth and maturity, every interaction becomes a spiritual classroom where every word and action, whether negative or positive, offers us lessons in resilience and compassion. This perspective helps us maintain an open mind, prevents us from being dragged down by negativity, and keeps our emotions in check. Rather than getting swept away by external turmoil, we become practitioners of inner peace, capable of turning every adversity into a resource for self-cultivation. As a result, we not only maintain calmness and serenity, but gradually transform our souls to become strong and resilient like a river, flowing gently no matter how many rocks block its path. Principle 3 is to transform jealousy into motivation. Instead of feeling jealous, Buddhism encourages us to turn envy into motivation. When we see someone succeed or possess qualities we admire, we can choose inspiration over jealousy. As the Buddha once taught, do not envy the good qualities of others. Instead, use them as a mirror to learn and improve yourself. This teaching is not just a reminder to let go of jealousy, but also a profound guide to changing our perception of others' success and virtues. Rather than letting jealousy cloud our minds, let admiration be a guiding light, sparking in us the desire to cultivate and improve ourselves. Whenever we witness someone shining, instead of feeling inferior or disheartened by our own shortcomings, ask ourselves, what can I learn from them? This way, others' success and good qualities are no longer the source of jealousy, but become positive seeds to be planted in the soil of our hearts, nurturing them with effort and perseverance. By adopting this mindset, we will no longer fall into the trap of comparison and self-doubt. Instead, we will maintain an open and joyful attitude when we see others succeed, knowing that each of their steps serves as a precious guide for our own development. Transforming jealousy into motivation is like turning poison into medicine. When someone achieves something we have long desired, instead of letting envy poison our hearts, we can use our admiration as a driving force. Their success becomes a beacon, reminding us that with perseverance and effort, we too can achieve similar results. With this approach, every relationship is no longer a competition, but an opportunity for mutual learning, helping us maintain a positive mindset, cultivate patience, and keep moving forward. When we view life through the lens of compassion and a diligent mind, we will realize that everyone has a unique role in our journey. Their success does not diminish our worth. On the contrary, it serves as a reminder that the same goodness is also latent within us, waiting for time and effort to awaken it. Thus, there is no room for rivalry or insecurity, only gratitude and determination to continue on the path of self-improvement. Transforming jealousy into motivation helps us continuously better ourselves instead of drowning in negative emotions. Learn to see the strengths of others as a source of inspiration to develop yourself, and strive for growth each day. Furthermore, feel free to leave a comment saying, "I want to find peace within my own soul," to affirm that true strength and happiness always reside within, helping you stand firm amidst life's storms and shine brightly amidst its turbulence. Next, Principle 4 is to be strict with yourself and tolerant of others. Buddhism teaches us to be disciplined with ourselves but compassionate towards the mistakes of others. This means striving for personal excellence without passing judgment or being harsh on others. As the Buddha once said, you, like everyone else in the universe, deserve your own love and compassion. This teaching reminds us that before expecting love and understanding from others, we must start by showing gratitude and kindness to ourselves. Being steadfast with oneself is like an artisan carefully polishing a rough gemstone, chipping away at laziness, stagnation, and negative habits. By being disciplined, we not only cultivate personal strength, but also build a solid foundation for self-respect, helping us develop a resilient mind that stands firm against life's challenges. Balancing self-discipline with compassion for others is the key to maintaining harmony between personal growth and nurturing relationships. Think of self-discipline as a lighthouse, guiding us on the path of self-improvement, while compassion is the soft water that ensures we don't become too rigid or cold-hearted. When we cultivate both these aspects, our soul becomes more expansive and understanding. Self-discipline keeps us focused, motivating us to strive for our best, while compassion allows us to remain calm and empathetic when facing the faults of others. This balance provides an inner strength that surpasses the temptations of the ego, fostering a resilient mindset and a heart filled with empathy, undisturbed by the gossip or judgment of the world. Thus, serenity is not merely about achieving personal goals, but also about having the capacity to be compassionate towards ourselves and those around us, making us a peaceful island amidst the turbulent waves of life. Principle 5 is no one can hurt you. Buddhism teaches that no one can truly hurt you without your consent. This means that while the actions of others may cause pain, how we choose to respond is ultimately within our control. As the Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." When we build a solid inner foundation and cultivate inner peace, we become strong against external pain. Imagine a tree standing firm in the face of strong winds. It may bend, but it will not break. Similarly, by developing inner strength, we can endure life's challenges without being deeply affected. This principle encourages us to take responsibility for our own well-being instead of blaming others for our pain. We focus on building an unshakable inner core by nurturing resilience through meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection. Each moment spent in meditation is a moment of returning to oneself, listening to the beat of our own soul and quieting the noise of the external world. Every mindful breath is like a cleansing wave, helping the mind break free from the grip of negative emotions and guiding us back to the original peace that lies within. Training the ability to self-observe allows us to see the roots of every emotion that arises, understanding that no one or anything can truly hurt us unless we permit it. This realization brings immense strength and true freedom, as we acknowledge that we alone hold the key to unlock the door to our own tranquility. When the mind is trained to no longer depend on external factors, the peace we attain becomes like a high mountain, unshaken by the fog and unperturbed by strong winds. Because of this, we learn to face adversity with a calm and clear attitude, not letting anger, resentment, or negative emotions cloud our inner peace. When confronted with challenges, we no longer feel like a victim caught in the turmoil of circumstances, but instead, we stand in the position of someone who actively chooses how to respond. We learn to perceive these trials as opportunities to test our spiritual strength and patience, turning each difficulty into a touchstone that makes us shine brighter with every step on our life's journey. Thus, life becomes a joyful and empowering experience, not because challenges no longer exist around us, but because we have risen above their influence. True peace does not come from eliminating adversity, but from the ability to maintain calm and stability amidst the storms. This is the strength of a serene heart, like a lantern that never goes out, no matter how fiercely the storms rage. When we understand that true peace is created from within, we will no longer be disturbed by anyone or anything. But before we move on to the next crucial principle, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any meaningful lectures or teachings on Buddhism. Together, let's sow the seeds of wisdom and compassion into our daily lives. Principle 6 is the power of acceptance. Acceptance is a powerful tool in Buddhism. It involves embracing everything as it is, without resistance or judgment. As the Buddha taught, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. When we accept people and circumstances as they are, we free ourselves from the pain of trying to change things beyond our control. This doesn't mean we become passive. It means we acknowledge the reality of the present moment and respond with clarity and wisdom. Acceptance allows us to conserve energy for positive actions instead of wasting it on resistance. Imagine you are on a boat in the middle of a river. If you keep fighting against the current, you will exhaust yourself. But by accepting the flow, you can navigate the boat more effectively. Similarly, when we accept the ups and downs of life, we can overcome challenges more smoothly. Practicing acceptance also helps nurture compassion and understanding. When we accept people with all their flaws, we build stronger and more empathetic relationships. This creates a supportive environment where everyone feels valued and understood. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up on self-improvement. Rather, it means doing so from a state of peace and awareness. By embracing the present moment and letting go of resistance, we minimize suffering and maintain a state of inner peace and contentment, no matter the circumstance. This inner peace enables us to live more fully and happily without being shaken by life's inevitable changes. Principle 7 is living in harmony with nature. Living in harmony with nature and its rhythms helps us maintain balance. As the Buddha said, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, humans cannot live without spiritual life. This principle encourages us to align our lives with nature and its cycles. When we live according to nature, we recognize the interconnectedness of all life. This awareness helps us appreciate the beauty and balance of the world around us. For example, the changing seasons show us the cycles of growth, decline, and rebirth, reminding us that change is a natural part of life. By adjusting our daily rhythms, waking up at sunrise and resting at sunset, we can enhance both our physical and mental well-being. Living in harmony with nature's cycles helps us feel more balanced and less stressed. It also promotes a healthier lifestyle by encouraging activities such as spending time outdoors, eating fresh, wholesome foods, and practicing mindfulness. Living according to nature also means respecting and protecting the environment. This awareness nurtures a sense of responsibility and care for the planet, ensuring that we contribute to the well-being of all living beings. When we embrace the simplicity and wisdom of nature, much of the anxiety and stress of modern life gradually fades away. By focusing on what truly matters and letting go of unnecessary complexities, we create a more peaceful and fulfilling life. In doing so, we become less affected by the artificial pressures of modern society, finding comfort and strength in the natural world. Integrating the wisdom of nature into our daily lives helps us connect with our true selves and the world around us, fostering a deeper sense of harmony and resilience. When we act with integrity, we build a solid foundation of character that shields us from negative influences in the outside world. This means that we must ensure our words, actions, and thoughts are always aligned with high moral values. Honesty in speech, kindness in actions, and fairness in how we treat others are not only reflections of a pure soul, but also the source of good karma. When every word we speak comes from a place of sincerity, without the intention to harm or deceive, we plant seeds of trust and tranquility in our relationships with others. When every action is performed with kindness and good intentions, we nurture blessings for ourselves and those around us that will blossom over time. Living ethically is not just about following social rules or religious standards. It is an expression of wisdom and compassion. Understanding that even the smallest actions leave imprints on our karmic path, we become more mindful of every word, gesture, and thought. When we treat others with fairness and respect, we not only bring harmony to our relationships, but also create a healthy environment where everyone feels safe and happy in our presence. People who live with honesty, kindness, and fairness are not caught up in the chaos of rumors and conflicts because they leave no trace of deceit or harm in others' hearts. Instead, they live like a clear stream, untainted by the dust of lies or selfish calculations. For example, when we practice honesty, we build trust and reliability, which in turn fosters positive relationships and strengthens community bonds. By speaking truthfully, we create an atmosphere of trust and transparency, leading to stronger and more meaningful connections with those around us. Kindness and compassion not only benefit others, but also bring us joy. and a sense of fulfillment. Simple acts of kindness, such as helping a neighbor or showing empathy to a friend in need, can have a profound impact on our happiness and mental well-being. Respecting all living beings, including animals and nature, strengthens our connection to the world and promotes harmonious coexistence. Moreover, living ethically helps us cultivate a clear conscience, reducing feelings of guilt and regret that can disturb our inner peace. It encourages us to think carefully before acting, ensuring that our behavior aligns with our values and does not cause harm to others. In this way, we cultivate a sense of responsibility and mindfulness in each daily interaction. When we avoid harmful actions such as lying, stealing, or violence, we prevent the negative consequences these actions can bring and maintain balance in our mind and emotions. This self-awareness and reflection help us face life's challenges with a calm and clear mind, undisturbed by unethical behaviors. By practicing self-restraint and making conscious choices, we strengthen our moral character and build resilience. For example, avoiding gossip not only prevents harm to others, but also keeps our minds free from negative thoughts. Gossiping can create unnecessary conflict and spread misinformation, leading to misunderstandings and hurt. Similarly, by choosing forgiveness over holding on to grudges, we free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, nurturing a more peaceful mind. Forgiveness allows us to move forward without being weighed down by past hurts, opening the door to healing and reconciliation. Focusing on a moral lifestyle according to Buddhist principles helps us build a life of integrity, peace, and harmony. It shields us from negative influences and allows us to contribute positively to the world around us. As we continue to practice these principles, we grow in wisdom and compassion, becoming a source of inspiration and support for others. Our ethical actions serve as an example for those around us, encouraging a community and society that values and upholds moral principles. By living ethically, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to creating a better world for everyone. When we incorporate an ethical lifestyle into our daily lives, we develop a strong moral compass that guides us to make the right decisions even in difficult situations. This inner strength and clarity enable us to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and grace. Furthermore, living ethically nurtures a sense of purpose and fulfillment, knowing that our actions are contributing to the greater good. This sense of purpose is a powerful motivator that can help us overcome challenging times and encourage us to keep striving for excellence. Living ethically is not just about adhering to a set of rules or guidelines. It is about embodying the values that define who we are and how we interact with the world. It is about living with integrity, compassion, and respect while creating a positive impact on the lives of those around us. By focusing on a moral lifestyle, we can build a life that is not only meaningful and fulfilling, but also resilient and unshaken by external influences. Principle 8 is to practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is not simply a formality or a polite gesture, but a deeply transformative principle that has the power to change our entire perspective on life. When we feel grateful, our hearts are nourished by positive energy, helping us recognize that even in seemingly challenging and difficult circumstances, there are still precious things worth appreciating. Cultivating gratitude is like watering the soil of our hearts with pure streams, allowing the seeds of joy, peace, and love to sprout and grow. Instead of focusing on what is lacking or imperfect, gratitude directs our attention to the positive and beautiful things we have, whether it's a smile, a cool breeze, or a warm meal. Practicing gratitude brings about a profound shift in perception. When we actively seek out things to be grateful for, we begin to view life through a new lens, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The presence of a close friend, the concern from a stranger, or even the failures and adversities we've experienced can all become valuable lessons that help us grow and become stronger. When we're grateful for even the difficulties in life, we rise above resentment, and find peace with what has happened, understanding that everything contributes to shaping us into the person we aspire to be. The practice of gratitude is a wonderful method to soothe negative emotions and calm the underlying waves in the mind. When facing a stressful situation or an unpleasant person, instead of letting anger or resentment take over, try pausing for a moment and thinking about the good thing. Shifting your attention to these positive aspects will help you not only ease your mind, but also view the problem from a fresher and more compassionate perspective. Principle 9 is focus on living an ethical life. An ethical life is the foundation of Buddhism. The Buddha taught, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This profound teaching emphasizes the power of our thoughts and their direct impact on our lives. In Buddhism, living ethically includes adhering to principles such as honesty, compassion, and respect for all living beings. An ethical life begins with the understanding that our actions, words, and thoughts all have consequences. In Buddhism, this is encapsulated in the law of karma, which teaches that our actions create ripples that will return to us in one form or another. By focusing on right actions and ethical principles, we not only improve our own lives, but also bring benefits to those around us. Instead of dwelling on what we lack or what hasn't gone our way, gratitude helps us redirect our attention to what we already have and what is going well. This simple shift can profoundly impact our mental and emotional well-being. The Buddha emphasized the importance of gratitude with the words, "Wake up and be thankful, for if today you didn't learn a lot, at least you learned something small." This quote reminds us that there is always something to be grateful for, no matter how small it may seem. It encourages us to seek out the positives in every situation, even on difficult or unproductive days. When we practice gratitude regularly, we begin to notice and appreciate the small things we often take for granted, such as a beautiful sunrise, the taste of our favorite meal, the support of a loved one, or the warmth of our home. By acknowledging and expressing gratitude for these moments of happiness, we cultivate a positive outlook on life. Gratitude acts like a shield that protects us from negativity and stress. When we focus on the good, we are less likely to be swept away by the bad. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending they don't exist, but rather maintaining balance by being aware of both the positive and negative aspect. Over time, this habit helps us develop a resilient mindset, allowing us to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease. Expressing gratitude can also strengthen relationships. When we show appreciation for others, it fosters mutual respect and connection. Whether it's thanking a friend for their support, complimenting a colleague for their hard work, or simply appreciating a stranger's kindness, these small acts can deepen bonds and create a more positive social environment. Incorporating gratitude into daily routines doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple, yet effective. Many people find that keeping a gratitude journal, where they list things they are thankful for each day, serves as a powerful reminder of the good in life and helps shift their focus from what's missing to what's present. Others practice gratitude through meditation or prayer, taking a few moments each day to reflect on their blessings and express appreciation. Another way to cultivate gratitude is through intentional observation. By consciously paying attention to the things that bring joy and fulfillment, we train ourselves to recognize and appreciate the beauty and kindness around us, creating a more mindful and thankful life. By paying more attention to the environment around us and the people in our lives, we can find countless opportunities to feel grateful. This could involve admiring the beauty of nature, feeling the warmth of the sun, listening to birds singing, or enjoying the laughter of loved ones. Gratitude can also be expressed through acts of kindness. When we do something nice for others, it not only benefits them, but also reinforces our own sense of gratitude. Acts of kindness can be as simple as holding the door open for someone, giving a compliment, or helping a neighbor carry groceries. These actions create a ripple effect, spreading positivity and gratitude throughout the community. During difficult or stressful times, practicing gratitude is especially helpful. It reminds us that even in the most challenging moments, there are still things to be thankful for. This perspective brings comfort and hope, helping us overcome difficult situations with greater patience and resilience. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we can maintain a sense of peace and contentment even when life becomes tough. Regularly recognizing and appreciating the blessings in our lives helps us build a positive outlook, protecting us from negativity and stress. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can transform our outlook on life, improve relationships, and enhance our overall quality of life. When we integrate gratitude into our daily routines, we develop a mindset filled with abundance and positivity, enabling us to stay grounded in the face of challenges and negativity that may arise. Principle 10 is to trust the process and let go of control. Trusting the process and letting go of the need to control everything is a core principle in Buddhism. The Buddha taught that the root of suffering is attachment. This means that our desire to cling to specific outcomes, people, or material things often leads to our own suffering. When we become too attached to certain results or rigid expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment and stress. By going with the flow of life, we allow things to unfold naturally without forcing them. This doesn't mean we stop putting in effort or give up on our goals. Rather, it means doing our best and then letting go of the tight grip on how things must turn out. Trusting the process means having faith that everything will go in the right direction, even if it doesn't always align with our expectations. Imagine you are swimming in a river. If you try to swim against the current, you will exhaust yourself and struggle to move forward. But if you go with the flow, you will move smoothly and effortlessly. Similarly, when we stop resisting and start accepting, we find peace and serenity. Letting go can be applied in many areas of life, from relationships and career aspirations to personal challenges. For example, in relationships, we often want to control how others behave or wish for things to go according to our plans. This leads to frustration and conflict when things don't go as expected. By letting go, we can appreciate people for who they are and allow relationships to grow naturally. When we stop trying to shape others according to our expectations, we open up space for genuine connections and deeper understanding. In our careers, we might have a specific vision of success and feel discouraged when faced with obstacles or unexpected turns. Trusting the process helps us see that every experience, even failures, contributes to our growth and learning. This makes us more adaptable and open to new opportunities that we may not have considered before. Sometimes what seems like a setback or a detour can actually be a launching pad to something greater. By letting go of rigid plans, we may discover exciting career paths that align better with our true passions. Personal challenges, such as health issues or sudden life changes, can also test our ability to let go. Instead of resisting, we can choose to accept and find ways to adapt. This doesn't mean giving up, but rather finding a new path that aligns with the current circumstances. For example, facing a chronic illness may require adjusting your lifestyle and seeking new sources of joy. By accepting and adapting, we can find peace and new joy even in altered circumstances. Trusting the process also means living in the present moment. When we focus too much on the future, we lose sight of the present. By letting go of the need to control what lies ahead, we can fully immerse ourselves in the present, finding joy and contentment in the here and now. Living in the present helps us appreciate the small things, like a beautiful sunset, the laughter of a child, or a quiet moment for reflection. This principle encourages us to cultivate patience and trust, understanding that life has its own rhythm and timing. By letting go of attachments and expectations, we can embrace the highs and lows of life with serenity, making us more resilient and less affected by external events. Patience helps us endure the waiting periods in life without anxiety. Trusting the process means believing that everything happens for a reason and at the right time. Remember, letting go is not a one-time act, but a continuous process. It requires mindfulness and self-awareness. Whenever you notice yourself trying to control the outcome or becoming overly attached to a desire, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself of the principle of non-attachment. Embrace uncertainty and trust that the process will take you where you need to be. Each time you let go, you strengthen your ability to remain calm and steadfast no matter how life shifts. As the Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. By practicing non-attachment and trusting the process, we will find peace within, no matter how chaotic the world around us may seem. Non-attachment doesn't mean indifference. It means engaging with life fully without the burden of needing to control every aspect. In this way, we can experience life with freedom and joy, knowing that we are defined not by our circumstances, but by how we respond to them. By embracing this principle, we cultivate a deep inner peace that remains undisturbed by external events. Applying these 10 Buddhist principles to our daily lives will help us build a mindset that nothing can shake. Remember, true peace comes from within. Additionally, feel free to comment, "I want to find peace within my own soul," to remind yourself that true happiness and inner strength reside within us, untouched by external circumstances. This affirmation will help you maintain a strong and calm state of mind amidst life's storms, becoming a solid spiritual anchor during times of uncertainty. Let's kindle the flame of wisdom and compassion together, so each of us can become a guiding light for ourselves and for others on the journey to finding peace and serenity in life. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos and valuable insights on Buddhism that can nourish your wisdom and cultivate inner peace. Every time you click, it's like planting another seed of mindfulness and compassion, spreading positive energy into your life and to those around you.